Imagine waking up and realizing your elderly mother has vanished from her own home. Her phone is still there. Her medication is still there. There is blood near the door, and the security camera has been damaged. Then a message arrives. We have your mother. She is safe, but scared. The writer demands $4 million in Bitcoin. Days later, a second message appears. This one claims she is already dead and buried somewhere in nature. 6 months have passed. There has been no arrest, no body, and no explanation for what happened inside Nancy Guthrie's home. Tonight, we're examining one of America's most closely watched missing person cases, the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Welcome to the podcast You Can't Unhear. Nancy Guthrie was 84 years old when she disappeared. She lived alone in the Catalina foothills, a quiet residential area outside Tucson, Arizona. Nancy was the mother of 3 adult children, including Savannah Guthrie, the longtime co-anchor of NBC's Today Show. Her public connection to a famous daughter would eventually bring national attention to the investigation. But to the people closest to her, Nancy was not a celebrity's mother. She was the center of their family. She attended church regularly, maintained familiar routines, and stayed in close contact with her children. Nancy was last known to be safe on the evening of January 31st, 2026. Her son-in-law reportedly dropped her at home at approximately 9:50 that night. The following morning, Nancy failed to appear for an online church service. That was unusual enough that someone from the church contacted her family. Relatives went to the house, searched the property, and found no sign of her. At around noon, they called 911. Almost immediately, the scene appeared inconsistent with someone voluntarily leaving. Nancy's phone and important personal belongings remained inside. Because of her age and limited mobility, investigators did not believe she had simply walked away. Blood was discovered near the front entrance, and later testing confirmed it belonged to Nancy. Authorities began treating the home as a crime scene, and the Pima County Sheriff's Department publicly stated that they believed she had been kidnapped or otherwise taken against her will. Investigators eventually recovered surveillance footage from the night of the disappearance. The images showed a masked man approaching Nancy's home. He appeared to be armed, and investigators believe he interfered with the doorbell camera. Authorities have described the available evidence as suggesting planning rather than a spontaneous encounter. The person seemed to know where he was going, how to approach the house, and how to reduce the chance of being recorded clearly. Then came the first ransom message. On February 2nd, a Tucson television station received a note claiming responsibility for Nancy's disappearance. The writer said Nancy was alive, safe, but frightened. The demand was enormous: $4 million in Bitcoin. The note included a payment deadline. If the family failed to pay, the demand would increase to $6 million. If the second deadline passed, the writer threatened to kill Nancy. The use of Bitcoin was likely intended to make the payment difficult to trace. But cryptocurrency transactions are recorded publicly on a blockchain. Although wallet owners may remain anonymous, investigators can follow the movement of funds, identify exchanges, and sometimes connect a digital wallet to a real person. The family publicly indicated that they were prepared to communicate, but wanted proof that Nancy was alive. Savannah appeared alongside her siblings, speaking directly to whoever had taken their mother. They said they were listening and willing to pay, but needed confirmation that they were dealing with the actual kidnappers. The first note contained several details investigators considered important. According to authorities, the writer accurately described items and damage inside or around Nancy's home. Those details reportedly included a white smartwatch left near the foot of her bed and a damaged floodlight in the backyard. Information like that could suggest direct knowledge of the scene. It made the note more credible than the false messages and extortion attempts that often follow highly publicized disappearances. 4 days after the first note, a second message arrived. Its tone was dramatically different. The writer claimed Nancy had died shortly after being taken. According to the message, she had suffered some type of heart-related medical event. The writer insisted that killing her had never been the plan, expressed regret, and said Nancy was now buried in nature. The second note did not reveal a confirmed burial location. It did not provide evidence that could independently establish her death. And despite the writer's claim, law enforcement has not declared Nancy dead. Her disappearance remains an active kidnapping investigation. The notes were initially kept from the public. That is common during ransom investigations. Certain details are preserved so investigators can distinguish the real offender from attention seekers. If someone confesses, contacts the family, or sends another message, police can compare what they know with facts only the genuine kidnapper should possess. The FBI later confirmed that several purported ransom messages had been received. Some were dismissed as extortion attempts. Others, including the 2 eventually released, continued to be treated as potentially significant. On July 31st, roughly 6 months after Nancy disappeared, authorities released the 2 notes publicly. The decision represented a shift in strategy. Investigators hoped someone would recognize the writer's habits. Perhaps the strange sentence structure, the spelling, the way certain words were used, the mixture of threats, apologies, and oddly formal language. Law enforcement compared the strategy to other investigations in which writing style helped identify an offender, including the long search for the Unabomber. Investigators have also continued examining surveillance footage. The Sheriff's Department says thousands of video clips have been collected from cameras across the area. Officials believe additional footage may exist showing the suspect, a vehicle, or movements before and after the abduction. A masked man was reportedly captured near the property on more than one day, supporting the possibility that Nancy's home had been watched in advance. Forensic evidence remains another critical part of the case. In addition to Nancy's blood, investigators reportedly recovered mixed DNA material and hair samples. Some evidence has not produced a usable identification. Other samples remain under examination, and authorities have considered whether investigative genetic genealogy could eventually help identify an unknown contributor. That technique compares crime scene DNA with profiles uploaded to genealogy databases. Investigators may identify distant relatives, construct family trees, and gradually narrow the possibilities. It has solved decades-old murders. But mixed or degraded samples can make the process slow, and a DNA profile at a scene still requires context. It must be connected to the crime, not merely to an innocent visitor or worker. No confirmed suspect has been arrested. Early in the investigation, authorities detained or questioned several people. 2 men who were held have since argued that they were wrongly targeted and filed a legal claim against the Sheriff's Department and a detective. Investigators say the search remains open and that earlier persons of interest are not necessarily permanently cleared if new evidence emerges. The ransom demand itself raises difficult questions. Why choose Nancy? Police have not announced a confirmed motive. the attack may have been financially driven. But money does not fully explain how the offender selected the home, learned Nancy's routine, and approached without immediate detection. Savannah and her siblings have continued pleading publicly for information. After the notes were released, Savannah described her family as living in agony and despair. She asked anyone who recognized the language, handwriting, or unusual behavior from someone they knew to contact authorities. She also appealed directly to whoever may know where Nancy is buried, asking them to allow the family to bring her home and give her a proper farewell. A reward exceeding $1 million has been offered for information connected to the case. Despite that, no arrest has been announced. And what remains unknown is almost everything the family needs most. Who entered the house? How was Nancy removed? Was she injured during the abduction? Where was she taken? Who wrote the notes? Was the medical explanation in the second message true? And if Nancy is dead, where was she left? 6 months of searching have produced evidence, but not closure. Nancy Guthrie's case has become nationally famous because of her daughter, but the pain at its centre is painfully ordinary. A family does not know where their mother is. They do not know whether she was frightened, whether she suffered, or whether she spent her final moments believing they would find her. The ransom notes gave investigators a voice. Now they need someone, somewhere, to recognize who it belongs to. Because until that happens, Nancy Guthrie remains caught between two terrible possibilities: missing or gone, with neither one proven. Thanks for joining me tonight. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any updates about this case. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe. And I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast You Can't Unhear.